All right, so now we're going to talk about something important that I think we don't think about enough. And it's about the areas of your life. Some people call it areas of wellness. Some people call it dimensions, parts of your life, however you want to categorize it. That's cool. You do you. I call it areas of your life because these are the different parts of your life that make up together all of you, right? So let's talk about your physical health. This is the most common thing that everybody talks about, right? Because we talk about your nutrition, we talk about your exercise, we talk about your impacts on your physical body. And so all of this is wellness, and it's cared for all over the world, right? Hopefully, mostly. There are doctors, hospitals, patient care. You know where to go to take care of that. There are nutritionists, there are dietitians, there are physical trainers. There are all these people who will help you take care of your physical body, right? And so that is all together your physical health, right? So the reason why we do checkups, why women do mammograms, why we do wellness checks on ourselves, right? All of that is to take care of our physical body. The second thing, and one of the most underrated parts of your life that I think, your mental health. It's no secret by now, one of the reasons I created this planner, is that mental health is one of the most important parts of your life, the area of your life that doesn't get enough attention. And a lot of that is because we don't talk about it. There's a stigma around mental health that unfortunately is kind of implanted in you by society, your family, friends, teachers. It's just there, and people don't really talk about it because we also don't know how to do it. We don't know how to deal with it. And so we want to end the stigma of mental health and talk about your emotions, your mental state. How are you feeling? Those things are valid. We're not going to be 100% on all the time. It's not feasible for you. And as you're growing up, as you're going through different things, different phases of your life, you're going to feel different things. You're going to be put in different situations that make you feel different ways. It's okay to talk about it. Your feelings are valid. What I want you to do is to have a conversation, reach out for help. Just like there are doctors, nutritionists, and trainers for you for your physical health, there are people available to talk to you and help you with your mental health. There are therapists, psychologists, counselors, teachers, people who are trained to help you when it comes to your mental health. And I want you to reach out to them. And so we'll talk. I have a whole nother video about mental health. Be sure to check it out. But you are not alone. And you are valid and wanted and needed in this life. So keep that in mind. And so that's all I'll say about that. Your financial health. Now, here's an interesting one because we don't talk about finances. They don't teach financial health in schools. You're kind of figuring it out as you go. And that can be dangerous. That can be tough. A lot of people, especially those in their 20s, accumulate credit card debt very quickly, very early, and it stays with them for a long time. Well, when we talk about your finances and your financial health, I'm asking you, do you control your finances or do your finances control you? Are you chasing money? Or are you allowing yourself, because you have control of your finances, to chase happiness and let the money come? Now, I'm happy to say that in this past year, in 2022, I worked with a financial coach, and she has been the best thing to me. If you want to know her name or look for a referral, ping me, reach out to me at AmyJ21 on social, and I'm happy to refer you to her because she's that good. I don't want to hold her back, but she helped me get control of my finances. I have student loan debt. I have credit card debt. And at the beginning of the year, I felt like I was spiraling. Money was controlling me. It was making the decisions for what I was going to do. And working with my financial coach, she was amazing. We worked through things step by step, and we began to take control of the situation, if you will. And now I feel more confident about my money than I ever had before. And you too can feel that way. So what I want to say is you can talk about your financial health. Take a look at it. Is it where you want it to be, or can some work be done? It's never too late to pivot and get help, because we never learned about this stuff when we were young. So now you need to learn about it. Now have those conversations. All right. Don't jump into the deep end of the pool and not know how to swim. That's not safe. Get yourself a teacher, a mentor, a financial coach who will help you so that you know when you go into that pool, you're confident that you're going to stay afloat. Next one we're going to talk about is spiritual health. So with your spiritual health, this is however you define it. There is no right or wrong answer here. What I believe may not be what you believe. And that's fine. That's okay. Right? Whether you're an atheist, a Buddhist, a Hindu, a Christian, or any of the other number of religions in this world, what you believe is important. And it should be respected. Here's what I will say. Are you taking care of your spiritual health? Whatever that means to you, all I ask is, are you taking care of it? Are you happy with the state of where you are? If not, do something about it. And if so, keep doing that. That's all I can say. Next, we're going to talk about our partnerships. Here we're talking about amore, love, romantic relationships with other people. However you define that. Again, that's personal. That's up to you. I just ask that you take a step back, look at your relationships, and are they where that you want it to be? And if not, do something about it. Is this something you should be building upon? Or is it time to step back and maybe break off the relationship? I can't answer that. You have to be able to do that. And the thing I think I want to leave you with is, in regards to this area of wellness and health, is you deserve happiness. You deserve good things. When I say that, that doesn't mean easy. Good does not equivalent easy. It's going to take work. But if you're in a bad situation and you can't say you're happy or you're on your way to being happy, take a step back and look at that and reevaluate where you are. Okay? Because you deserve good things. There's no question about that. Might take some time, might take some work, but don't settle. That's the biggest thing. Do not settle. Next, surroundings. Your surroundings are your environment. It's your surrounding your environment at home, at work, in the studio, on the basketball court, in your locker room, wherever you are. That's your surroundings. Those are your environments. How are you taking care of your environment? Is your bedroom a mess? Do you have clothes thrown all over the place? Papers on the floor? Trash hasn't been picked up? That's not taking care of your surroundings. Take some time, because when you allow your environment, your surroundings to get to that point, you may find, I wouldn't be surprised if you yourself are feeling some kind of way. Because I, even just describing that, got chills, because I feel stressed. I feel disorganized. I feel out of sync when my room gets to that point. And I try not to let it, but when it gets piles of clothes, when I leave the laundry just sitting there, I feel disorganized. And so take some time to clean up your environment, to put some order to it, to make it make sense for you so that you don't feel disorganized, so you don't feel out of control. It is these small things that we're talking about that will make a larger difference and impact in your life. So make your bed, put the clothes away, take the trash out, throw away the boxes. You can do it. Just doing that, take 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, vacuum the floor, clean the bathroom, you'll be surprised at how you feel. Let me know if you try that and see what a difference it makes. All right, so now we want to talk about relationships. We talked about romantic relationships. Now I want to talk about the platonic ones. These are the ones that you have with people who are not necessarily your partners in life, right? These are your family. These are your friends. These are your coworkers. These are people who are in your life in different ways. And the thing is, sometimes we group everybody equally. And the thing is that relationships vary. Some relationships that you had when you were a kid may not exist today. They go through different changes and different stages. I believe there are 6 levels of platonic relationships. And, you can love your family and this be platonic. The 6 different ones are strangers or acquaintances, friends, family, your best friends, and your professional relationships and connections, right? So in the scheme of things, I said that a little bit out of order. It's strangers, friends, best friends, their family to you, and this separate relationship of professional relationships and connections. People can have more than one definition. You can have a professional relationship with someone and be friends. But just be mindful not to mix up what the label is if you're putting labels on it. But the reason I identify 6 different things is because sometimes I may think someone is a best friend, but they see me as just a friend. I may see someone as a friend and someone else just sees me as an acquaintance, right? Have conversations and actually be authentic about how you're feeling about someone, right? So somebody can go from a best friend to a stranger, and vice versa. You can go up and down. Relationships change. Life is hard. Life is not linear. It's not straight. And it changes with time, just like relationships. And just like partnerships, the romantic kind, relationships take work, even for families, even for best friends. The ones that don't are probably your strangers or acquaintances, but even professional relationships take work, right? So for professional relationships, one of the common things people will tell you is, don't just go asking people for things. Don't think a stranger is your professional connection. You have to nurture it. You have to grow. You have to talk to them. It's a very nuanced thing. Relationships, there is no hard, fast rule with this. It's subjective. It's different. People have different perspectives, but it's an area of your life that you have to look at and say, hey, am I happy with where I am today, with who I have connections with, right? Do I need to reevaluate how much time and effort I'm putting into something? Maybe I need to give more. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm giving too much time. I don't know. I can't answer that. That's for you to figure out. So take some time and look at it, because that's what I want you to do, is to figure that out. Next one, recreation. This is one that doesn't get enough attention because I think we're so focused on everything else in our life that we just go. And we don't take time to give ourselves hobbies, that we don't give ourselves time to play games, to do chess, read books, knit, crochet, whatever you have to do. This is the time that is fun for you. We have to have recreation in our life. We have to make time for ourselves. You have to make yourself a priority. Yeah, I said it. I don't know if some of y'all like that. And parents, and I know it's tough. Grandparents, I know it's tough. But you have to take care of you. If you don't give yourself time and outlet to have some recreation, what example are you setting for those who are coming after you, the next generation? Giving yourself time for recreation also will impact your mental health. Yes, it will also impact your financial health. I get that. But think about the big picture. This is why you have to take stock on where you are and how things are going. Maybe you have to scale back on some things. Maybe you can't, right? You have to make these choices. For me, as you can see in the background, Funko Pops is a hobby for me. I love it. When I walk in this room, it gives me so much joy to see everyone, to see my friends and everything. How do you not have your mood lifted when you see a Care Bear or Big Bird? People from my childhood who were cheering me on. That's joy for me, and it elevates my mental health, right? So all this stuff plays with one another. They are all interconnected. So keep that in mind. So bear with me. We're almost done. We're almost there. I want to talk about your walk of life. Sometimes I think, and I wish I had the quote, sometimes we think our job is our walk of life. When I'm talking about walk of life, I'm talking about what is your purpose and the life's direction you want to take. Your job doesn't define you. What you want to do with your life, your purpose, is what defines you. For me, I may be a director at a company, but for me, my life's purpose is to help others. is to advocate for mental health, is to have and do things like this. That's my life purpose. The job is helping me be able to do that, but I wouldn't say that's my walk of life. Now, for some people, their job is their way of life. That is the thing. That is their calling. Cool. I'm so glad you figured that out. But it might not be for everybody. So figure that out, because don't just take a job for the sake of taking a job. Take something that aligns with your purpose, with what you want to do. Me, because I like to help people, because that I find is my life's purpose, helps me in my job. So take some time to figure that out for yourself. What is your life's purpose? What is your walk of life? It might be what you're doing currently, but if it's not, what are you going to do about that? All right, last one. In 2023, I take a motto or a theme every year, without fail. I do a little graphical representation for it. And the motto for 2023, depending on when you watch it, this is what it's going to be, is never stop learning. Personal growth, self-development is so huge that we don't give it enough attention. Always learn. Always be willing to be a student of learning. In all the things you do, one of the most dangerous things you can be is someone who says, I know it all. We don't. There's always someone who knows just a little bit more than you know. Doesn't mean you can't keep learning. I would take someone who says, I don't know, can you teach me? Over someone who says, I know, and lie about it. Never stop learning. There is a grace and a beauty in people who want to learn. And I think it makes you stronger of a person when you know, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn, right? You can do it through books. You can do it through school. You can do it through one another, right? Find a mentor, have conversations, find a teacher, learn about it. There are so many different ways that this is a often underrepresented category and area of your life. There are community colleges that offer courses. There are recs and parks that have classes, right? If you want to learn to cook, there's Amani Andy's A Pinch of Kerala if you want to learn Indian cooking. I know, that's a selfish plug. That's my mom. But there's always something out there. Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. Look around. There are opportunities for you to learn. And just because you don't do it in your day-to-day life, in your job, doesn't mean you can't learn something new. Never play guitar but want to learn? There are courses. There are classes. There are instruments. There are people. You can even do it online. Don't allow your circumstances to dictate what you're doing. Find a way. Make it a goal. That's why we have these areas of your life, right? So it's like 10 areas. And this is what I want you to do when you're looking at your goals, when you're looking at your habits. Think about these areas of life and where you want to improve. Do not try to do everything in 90 days. Take your time. Spread it out. You're not going anywhere. You have time. The important part is taking the moment to recognize, I want to make a change and I want to improve one or more areas of my life and work on doing that. You can do it. This is your life. Take control of it. And remember, each of these 10 areas, your physical health, mental health, financial health, your surroundings, your partnerships, your spiritual health, your relationships, recreation, walk of life, and your personal growth, all make up who you are today. And if there's something you're not happy with, work on it. You got this. Remember, don't stop. Keep chasing.